There are moments in the history of humanity when the forces of light and darkness collide in extraordinary ways. Moments when the spiritual battle that has always taken place behind the scenes suddenly becomes visible to those with eyes to see. We are living this moment right now. If you have been feeling an intensification of pressures in your life, if the energetic, emotional, and even physical attacks seem to have increased drastically, if it seems like invisible forces are working tirelessly against you, it's not your imagination. The forces that operate in the shadows, who have been working for millennia to suppress the light of the chosen, have crossed a sacred line. In their determination to prevent the Great Awakening, they have escalated their attacks to unprecedented levels. But they made a fatal mistake. They underestimated the magnitude of the divine response that their actions would provoke. They underestimated the celestial protection that surrounds the chosen, and more critically, they underestimated the divine judgment that is now being unleashed against them. What I'm about to reveal will fundamentally change your understanding of the spiritual battle that is occurring at this very moment. You will understand why the attacks against you have increased, why this is actually a sign of your innate power as a chosen one, and how divine intervention is already manifesting to protect you while neutralizing those who seek to harm you. Get ready. The truth I am about to share is as powerful as it is liberating. The first crucial revelation is this. The chosen ones are being attacked because they represent an unprecedented threat to the control systems of this world. You are not being attacked for being weak or flawed. You are being attacked precisely because your divine potential represents an existential threat to those who wish to keep humanity in a state of diminished consciousness. The chosen ones carry a specific frequency, a vibrational signature that naturally awakens those around them. Your mere presence in an environment elevates the energy field and catalyzes the awakening of others. You are, essentially, a natural transmitter of higher frequencies. This innate ability to elevate collective consciousness is what the shadow forces fear the most. While a single awakened human being can be neutralized, a critical mass of awakened consciousnesses would fundamentally transform the reality of this plane. That's why you have been facing resistance in so many areas of your life. Relationships that inexplicably become toxic, opportunities that mysteriously disappear, health that is compromised without apparent cause, persistent doubts about your value and purpose that seem to come out of nowhere. These are not your failures or bad luck. They are strategic attacks designed to diminish your light and prevent you from fulfilling your divine purpose. The first universal law of divine intervention. The more powerful your potential for light, the more intense the attacks from darkness will be against you. But these attacks are, ironically, confirmation of your divine importance. Second transformative revelation. The forces attacking you have already lost, but they have intensified their efforts in a final act of desperation. What you are witnessing now, the intensification of negativity, the increase in social division, the acceleration of corruption and lies, is not a sign of the triumph of darkness. It is evidence of its final desperation. The forces of the shadows are intensifying their attacks precisely because they can feel their control dissipating. The vibrational frequency of the planet is constantly increasing, making this plane increasingly less habitable for entities and energies of lower frequencies. Think of it as the dawn after a long night. As the first light of dawn appears, the shadows do not disappear immediately. They first become darker, more defined, more concentrated in their final effort to preserve the darkness. But it is only a temporary illusion, for the light will inevitably prevail. You are living during this cosmic dawn. The intensified attacks that you and other chosen ones are experiencing are the shadows making their final and desperate effort. Observe the patterns in your own life. Often, the most severe attacks occur precisely before significant advancements in your consciousness or specific areas of your life. The dark forces can sense the imminent expansion of your light and attack with greater intensity, hoping to prevent the inevitable. The second universal law of divine intervention. The intensification of attacks against the chosen is the last desperate effort of forces that have already been defeated in the divine plan and are merely fighting against their inevitable extinction. Third essential revelation. The divine protection around you is infinitely more powerful than any force that may attack you. Each chosen one comes to this plane with a specific divine shield, an energetic protection that is precisely calibrated for their unique journey. This shield does not eliminate all challenges or attacks, as some are necessary for your growth and strengthening, but it ensures that nothing can truly destroy you or prevent your ultimate divine purpose. Think about how many times you have survived circumstances that should have destroyed you, situations that seemed impossible, but from which you emerged, perhaps wounded, but intact in your essence. That was not luck or coincidence. It was your divine shield operating to ensure your preservation. The forces of the shadows can attack aspects of your external life, your reputation, relationships, financial stability, even your physical health. But they cannot touch your divine core or alter your ultimate purpose. This is the fundamental protection that has been promised to all the chosen ones. Now, however, something extraordinary is happening. Due to the escalation of the attacks, divine protection is also being intensified. The shield that has always been present is now being strengthened and expanded in unprecedented ways. You will notice this as a growing sense of inner peace even amidst external chaos. A deep certainty that, regardless of what happens around you, you are fundamentally safe. An increased ability to instantly discern people, situations, and information that are not aligned with your frequency. The third universal law of divine intervention. Your divine protection increases proportionally to the intensity of the attacks, ensuring that you always have exactly the defense necessary for your current stage in the journey. Before we move on to even deeper revelations about how divine intervention is manifesting, I need you to do something crucial to strengthen your field of protection. If what I have revealed so far resonates with your experience, if you recognize the patterns of attack and protection in your own life, then you are undoubtedly one of the chosen whose role is vital in this historic moment of planetary transformation. The chosen ones need to recognize each other and form an energetic network of support and amplification. It is through this network that divine protection can flow with greater power and effectiveness. Therefore, I ask that you now take a conscious action to connect with this sacred network. Subscribe to the To Be and To Exist channel, turn on all notifications, and leave a like on this video as an energetic declaration of your presence and commitment. This is not a trivial request. It is a vibrational alignment that strengthens your personal protective shield and contributes to the collective energy field that all the chosen ones share. Now, let's proceed with even more powerful revelations about how divine justice is being unleashed against those who dared to attack the bearers of light. Fourth transformative revelation. Divine judgment is not punishment, but a cosmic realignment that has already begun to manifest. The forces that attacked the chosen did not understand a fundamental universal principle. In the divine plan, there is truly no punishment. There is only rebalancing. Each action against the light automatically creates an imbalance that must, by cosmic law, be corrected. The divine judgment that is now being released does not come from a vengeful God, but from the very perfect mathematical structure of the universe that demands balance. It is as impersonal and inevitable as gravity. This realignment has already begun to manifest in specific ways. Observe how power structures that seemed unshakable are suddenly being exposed and crumbling. How individuals who operated in the shadows to harm others are having their own secrets revealed. As organizations built on lies are imploding from within, these are not coincidences or normal political cycles. It is the cosmic realignment in action, the universal law of cause and effect operating on a global scale, catalyzed by the high frequency that the chosen ones are anchoring on the planet. The most extraordinary thing is that you yourself are serving as a conductor of this realignment, often without realizing it. Your mere presence, your elevated vibrational frequency, creates a field where the truth can no longer remain hidden and where imbalance can no longer persist. The fourth universal law of divine intervention. Divine judgment manifests as an automatic cosmic realignment, using the chosen ones themselves as conduits through which truth is revealed and balance is restored. Fifth essential revelation. The entities that attacked the chosen ones made a fatal mistake that is now causing their own dissolution. The critical error was this: attacking not just individuals, but the very divine consciousness that operates through them. In doing so, they did not merely violate human or moral laws, but fundamental cosmic laws that sustain the very structure of reality. Imagine a swimmer who not only swims against the current, which would be difficult but possible, but who tries to deny and attack the very existence of water. This is the mistake that the shadow forces made. They attack the very medium in which they exist. The result is a form of self-annihilation. The entities and structures that sought to suppress the light of the chosen are now experiencing an accelerated dissolution, not as an external punishment, but as a natural consequence of their own attack against the source that sustains all existence. You will witness this as seemingly inexplicable collapses of individuals, organizations, and systems that appeared powerful. You will see those who most fiercely attacked the truth becoming incoherent and self-destructive. You will observe control structures that have existed for centuries disintegrating in surprisingly short periods. Remember, this is not revenge, but a natural consequence. The forces of darkness are experiencing the inevitable result of what they themselves initiated. The fifth universal law of divine intervention. Attacking the bearers of divine consciousness is attacking the very source of existence, creating a pattern of self-annihilation that no power can prevent. If you are always looking for answers outside of yourself, perhaps you are looking exactly where the forces of manipulation want you to look. Stop for a moment. Breathe deeply. The truth has always been within you, waiting to be recognized. Before we continue exploring how divine intervention is manifesting in our world, I have an important message to share with you. Pay complete attention, as this could make all the difference in how you navigate the extraordinary times we are living in. Now that our energy is realigned, let's continue our exploration of the mysterious and powerful ways divine protection is manifesting for the chosen ones at this critical moment in human history. Sixth, transformative revelation. Your spiritual DNA is being activated as part of divine intervention, granting you unprecedented abilities. The chosen are not just being protected, they are being empowered. The spiritual DNA that remained dormant within you is now being systematically activated as part of the divine response to the attacks of dark forces. These are not metaphors, but tangible energetic realities. Your physical body contains latent genetic codes that transcend current scientific understanding. These codes, when activated, enable abilities that many would consider supernatural, but which are simply expressions of your full human potential. You have probably already started to experience the first signs of this activation: dramatically heightened intuition, synchronicities that defy statistical probability, sudden mental clarity, the ability to instantly discern truth from falsehood, more frequent prophetic dreams, intensified energetic sensitivity, memories of past lives emerging, telepathic communication with other chosen ones. These emerging abilities are not for egotistical use or personal gain, but divine tools for navigation and protection during the intense global transformation that is occurring. They are capabilities specifically designed to counter advanced strategies of manipulation and deception that are being employed against humanity. The more you recognize and accept these abilities without fear or doubt, the more quickly they integrate into your normal consciousness. They are divine gifts designed for your protection and the fulfillment of your greater purpose. The sixth universal law of divine intervention. The accelerated activation of the spiritual DNA of the chosen ones is part of the strategic divine response, providing exactly the capabilities needed to navigate and transform the current reality. Seventh essential revelation. You are being divinely guided to form specific alliances with other chosen ones at this critical moment. The chosen were never meant to operate in isolation. Although each one carries unique gifts and purposes, The true power of their light emerges when they consciously connect with others of similar vibrational frequency. The forces of shadows understand this principle and have worked tirelessly to keep the chosen ones isolated from each other. They created social systems that promote distrust, competition, and separation. They implemented programs of comparison and insecurity to prevent authentic connections. They established artificial hierarchies within spiritual communities to frustrate true collaboration. Now, however, as part of divine intervention, these obstacles to unity are being systematically dissolved. You are being guided through synchronicities, dreams, intuitions, and even chance encounters to others who share your frequency and complement your specific gifts. These connections are not random, but precise divine orchestrations. Each chosen one you meet brings exactly the gifts, information, or support you need for the next stage of your awakening, and you bring the same to them. You will notice that these new alliances have a different quality from previous relationships. There is an instant mutual recognition that transcends personalities. There is communication that occurs beyond words. There is a tangible amplification of energy when you work together. The seventh universal law of divine intervention. Divine orchestration is gathering specific constellations of chosen ones, whose combined gifts create frequency fields powerful enough to neutralize the forces of darkness in strategic areas. Eighth, transformative revelation. Higher order angelic entities have been assigned to protect and guide each chosen one during this critical period. The divine intervention that is occurring is not just energetic or abstract. It includes the tangible presence of beings with advanced consciousness who operate beyond the limitations of the third dimension. Each chosen one received specific guardians, entities that in various traditions have been called angels, guides, enlightened ancestors, or stellar beings. These are not mythological concepts, but real presences whose function is to protect and guide you during the intensification of the battle between light and shadow. Have you ever felt their presence in moments of extreme danger, when miraculous interventions occurred? In moments of deep confusion, when sudden clarity emerged? In moments of despair, when inexplicable comfort enveloped him? Now, due to the escalation of attacks against the chosen, these guardians have been authorized for more direct and tangible interventions. The veils that separate dimensions are becoming thinner, allowing their presence and guidance to become more perceptible to those who are attentive. You can perceive this through distinct physical sensations, tingling at the top of the head or between the shoulder blades, sudden changes in temperature or air pressure around you, fragrances that appear without a physical source, peripheral lights that disappear when you look directly at them. More significantly, you will receive clearer guidance through downloads of information, intuitive impulses that seem to come from above, and vivid dreams containing specific instructions or warnings. The eighth universal law of divine intervention. Beings of advanced consciousness have been assigned as personal guardians for each chosen one, with authorization for more direct and perceptible interventions during this period of intensification. Ninth essential revelation. Attacks against you will be automatically redirected as catalysts for your accelerated awakening. One of the most extraordinary manifestations of divine intervention is the alchemical transformation of attacks into opportunities for expansion. A mechanism of divine protection was activated around the chosen ones that not only blocks attacks, but also transmutes them into fuel for accelerated evolution. This means that every attempt to harm you, belittle you, or divert you from your path will automatically be reconfigured into a catalyst for your growth, clarity, and empowerment. The very energies directed against you will be reoriented to serve your awakening. Have you ever experienced versions of this in your life? Situations that initially seemed disastrous, but eventually revealed themselves to be disguised blessings that led you precisely to where you needed to be. Now, this process is being intensified and accelerated. Observe how recent attempts to undermine your confidence have led to important discoveries about your true strength. How attacks on your credibility open doors to new alliances with people of greater alignment. As obstacles on a path directed you to a much superior route that you would not have discovered otherwise. This is not coincidence or positive thinking. It is the tangible manifestation of divine intervention that has now reconfigured the energy field around you so that absolutely nothing can truly harm you. The ninth universal law of divine intervention. A divine mechanism of transmutation was activated around the chosen ones, ensuring that each attack is automatically reconfigured as a catalyst for accelerated consciousness expansion. 10th and final revelation. The world that emerges after the divine intervention will be fundamentally unrecognizable, and you are being prepared to help guide humanity through this transformation. What is happening is not just a temporary correction or a minor adjustment. It is a complete restructuring of consensual reality. A transformation so profound that the civilization emerging after this intervention will be as different from the current one as day is from night. The very foundations upon which we build our understanding of reality are being rewritten. The laws of physics that we consider immutable are being revealed as just a subset of more expansive laws. The boundaries between consciousness and matter, between thought and manifestation, between individual and collective, all are dissolving and being redefined. This transformation will not occur without turbulence. Just as a caterpillar must undergo complete dissolution within the cocoon before emerging as a butterfly, human civilization is entering its own state of metamorphic dissolution. The chosen, you, are being prepared to serve as guides during this period of intense transformation. Your own experiences of deconstruction and reconstruction, of death and rebirth, of loss and rediscovery, have been specific training for the role you will soon play. You will notice in the coming months a growing clarity about your specific role in this process. Information, connections, and resources necessary to fulfill your role will manifest synchronistically. Abilities you didn't even know you had will emerge precisely when needed. The 10th universal law of divine intervention. The current reality is undergoing a complete metamorphosis, and the chosen ones have been specifically prepared to guide humanity through this unprecedented transformation. Now, take a moment to fully integrate these revelations. Breathe deeply and allow this understanding to find its place within you. Close your eyes for a moment and feel the truth of these words resonating within you. What will you do with this knowledge? How will your perspective change, knowing that not only are you divinely protected, but that the very attacks against you have already been transformed into catalysts for your accelerated awakening? This is a crucial decision moment in your journey. The truth has been revealed. Divine protection has been confirmed. The cosmic intervention is underway. Reflect now on which of these revelations resonated most deeply with your soul. Which truth awakened the most powerful recognition within you? What aspect of divine intervention have you begun to witness in your own life? Share your experience in the comments below. This act is not just a comment. It is a testimony that strengthens the field of consciousness that sustains all the chosen ones. It is a hand extended to others who may be just beginning to understand their role in this historical transformation. If these revelations have resonated with the truth your soul has always known, subscribe now to the channel to be and to exist, turn on notifications, and leave your like as a conscious affirmation of your alignment with the divine intervention that is manifesting. Remember, you are not alone on this extraordinary journey. We are many, awakening simultaneously across the planet, each with our specific gifts, all playing crucial roles in the deepest transformation humanity has ever experienced. The forces that tried to attack him made their final mistake. The divine protection that surrounds him is impenetrable. The cosmic judgment that restores balance is inevitable. Until we meet again, keep your light shining at its maximum intensity, knowing that it is now amplified by divine intervention itself. Thank you for watching. Leave a like, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and share your insights from today with us in the comments below. Namaste.